Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you in the month of December, since it is Christmas time and the holiday time, about Modern Family Season 3 Express Christmas. This is my favorite all-time Modern Family Christmas episode. I decided to go with this one first before I go with Season 1, Undeck the Halls. This is just the one that's just kooky and it's like all over the place. And not only that, but they get to shop at Target, and Target was a place I shopped at a lot when I was in college because it was like near the campus and stuff. And I remember before I went to college, I never shopped at Target before, so Target was kind of like my Walmart and stuff. And what's also cool about this episode is that cast members who normally don't hang out or pair with each other, the characters are now paired with each other, and this was done on purpose because they realized when they was doing the other seasons that like a lot of these characters never interact with the other characters, so it was kind of interesting to see this like mixture mashup type thing. But all in all, this is just like a hilarious episode. So it starts off there at the Pritchett's house, and they're at the pool, and they're just like lounging around, talking about stuff. And then Mitchell and Claire bring up how like their mom sent them like, told them that like, I think told them something. She has a new boyfriend in a newsletter that she emailed to them, but they didn't necessarily read it. And then Alex told her that, so they was kind of upset that the mom has a new boyfriend. They don't ever hear from her, and they hear from her from like an email newsletter type thing. So they're a little upset about that. And then they start talking about Christmas. It's December 16th, and they realize they're not all going to be around for Christmas. They're all doing their own thing. So this really upsets the family. So Phil, he has an interesting idea. It's something he coined called Express Christmas TM. He only does a TM thing for trademark. And so he talking about like, so he kind of mansplains what it is. Like, how like, oh, can't have Christmas on Christmas Day, so you have it earlier and stuff like that. So he said he realizes that it's about like 6 hours to dinner. They can like hit the stores and get all they need and do Christmas like to that night and stuff. So they all, so he gets up and he runs, and then how it's like it's hot because even though it's wintertime all day, he's there in California, so his feet's burning on the pavement, and he jumps into the pool with his tablet. But if you look real closely, he tosses the tablet on the pavement. And this is the same tablet from season 1. Tablet, iPad, whatever. Anyway, so they're in the house, and they're still talking about the whole Express Christmas thing because Jay doesn't really think they're going to do it. He's very skeptical and everything. Also, this is the episode where we have, what is it? The original Stella, before they replaced Stella with a different doll. And I think this is also when we get the new Lily in this season, because in the first 2 seasons, it was these 2 twins, and supposedly they didn't want to do the show no more, which is weird because like they was only like 2 years old or something like that. So how would they know? But they didn't want to do it no more, so then they got the new Lily and stuff. And so like as they're running out the house, Phil puts people in teams, and he calls everybody by like reindeer names, and so they all head out. But then it's only Mitchell in the house with Lily, and he didn't pair him up with nobody. And then Alex finally comes in, and she's finally not wearing her bikini, because when they was all by the pool, everybody was wearing beach wear except for her and Phil. So like she's upset, talking about, I get a text from my mom talking about it's Christmas and everything. So since those are the 2 that always left behind, they decided to pair up and get the Christmas tree and stuff. And so the pairing is Alex and Mitchell, Lily, Cam and Jay, Luke and Gloria, Claire and Haley, and then Phil and what's the little dude's name? Manny. And it's kind of interesting the different jobs that they have. So Alex and Mitchell, they have the job of like, say, looking for a Christmas tree. So they go to the place and they're all happy. They're singing, "Oh, oh, Christmas tree," and all that crap like that. You know what I'm saying? So, as they're there, one of the funniest things is watching Lily just constantly like look around with all these different facial expressions because like she was like new to acting. It was like her first job. She just constantly like looking around and making these different facial expressions and stuff like that. So it's just half the fun of just watching her do that. And so they talk about what kind of Christmas tree they want, and they want something called a Douglas fir. And so they asked the dude on like who works there, and he's all like, "Oh, we got some right. Oh, we have some trees right here that you would like." And so the camera pans to like a pink tree. This pisses off Alice. And she goes off on the dude. She's all like, "Just because my uncle's gay doesn't mean he wants like your tacky pink little tree." And then she just starts like going off on him and call him like a knuckle dragger and stuff like that. He's very happy and impressed by how Alex stood up for him. But then the dude tells her straight up, "I ain't talking about the pink tree. I'm about the ones in the truck that's behind the pink tree. And they're like tons of Douglas firs." So she put her foot in her mouth. And Mitchell's all like, "Well, we will take this tree and we will tie it to our own car." And the dudes are like, "Oh, you bet you will." And then all of a sudden, Lily, it's like the actress remember her line, and she just says like out of nowhere, like, "I have two daddies," with a shocked expression on her face. And Mitch is all like, "Yeah, I think he knows that." So when it comes to Jay and Cam, like, so they're wrapping Christmas gifts, and Jay uses a lot of tape, and Cam's all like, "Oh, a lot of tape, Jay. Like, you know, you don't want to let nobody in, kind of like your heart," and everything. And of course, this is back when Jay was like, somewhat racist, somewhat homophobic, and stuff like that. He didn't like the idea of his son having like a boyfriend. Like, he was kind of like okay with it because he loves his son, but he would always make jokes about it and stuff, or get uncomfortable. And so like Cam gives him a teeny tiny gift, and Jay's all like, "A man does not give another man a gift this small unless he's gonna propose to him." So he opens it up, and it's a cork, and Jake is very annoyed. He's all like, "Well, there at least a bottle to go with this cork?" He's all, and Cam's like, "Oh, you betcha," and everything. He's all like, "It's the one we drank on." And then so Jay gets the date in the event wrong, which really upsets Cam, because Cam's very emotional. And he starts to almost about to like cry. He's all like, "I do it again. Like, I push, and stuff like that." And he's all like, "I put too much sentiment into stuff. I have way too many emotions." So, so Jay is trying to calm him down, but Cam's all like, "No." "I have a wound. Let it like scab, let it heal on its own," and everything. And Jay's still trying to help him. He's like, "No, Jay, let it scab. Let it scab." Oh, but then he even just give him the cork. He got him a brand new wine bottle with wine in it, in the day in the event, engraved on the bottle. That's dedication, but that is going way too far out the limit and stuff. And so Jay's annoyed. He looks at his dog. He's just like, "What the heck just happened?" Oh. So with Gloria and Luke, they're supposed to get like the Christmas decorations from Jay's attic. And Gloria doesn't like being in the attic because she hates spiders. But then she sees that dog butler and everything. And she hates that thing from season 1. Which is, now when you think about it, it's kind of creepy. A giant man-sized person with a dog head and it's a butler. It's just kind of weird. And so this is like the first time we ever get to see, like I said, all these people hang out. And so with Gloria, she has a thick Colombian accent. And when Luke is on the beams in the attic, she keeps telling him to Luke, and he's all like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" And so he tells her, "Oh, every time you say look, I think you be saying Luke." And she's all like, "I don't hear the difference." And until she finally says both of them at the same time. So when she kept saying that over and over, of course he wasn't looking, and his foot fell through the ceiling and stuff. It was a really cute scene between those two, and it was a really cute scene because she has that thick accent. She has like an American white family, and she's like a foreigner and stuff from another country. And I remember in the Halloween episode, she was talking about how like Jay was making fun of them because of her accent, and so so that was like cool because it was like I think it was like last season that happened, and so like that was a nice kind of like callback to it and stuff. Now, not Gloria, but Claire and Haley. It's interesting because they're actually on location at a real Target. The reason being that is because the actor who plays Cam, his uncle works at one, so they got the film in it. And so, like, they're basically just shopping around for Christmas stuff. And Claire and then Haley's complaining about, oh, there's so much stuff on this list and blah, 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 and stuff like that. And so, like, Claire's all like, look, if there's anything you're good at, it's finding things to shop. Like you just have like this like magneticism to like gifts and shopping and stuff like that. You can just find things without even knowing where it's at. And so Haley's just kind of like looks up and she's almost like a holy moment. She's like, I got this. I got this. Which is funny because I have a similar thing when it comes to like finding stuff to buy in a store. And also when I get lost, I'm able to like find people. So I remember when I was in college, I got lost from my friends I was hanging with, and I was able to find them. Now the one time I wasn't able to find them is when I was at a concert, and I was just constantly walking around the entire place, and I could not find them. I was able to find some. Oddly enough, I found some people that I knew from high school, and so I borrowed her cell phone to call my friends and stuff because I didn't even know where they was at. So with them, Claire decides oh wait, after they do all the shopping, they realize they got one item left. It's like a ladybug nightlight for Lily. So, Claire goes to the register while Haley looks for it. She finally sees the last one. She's about to go grab it, but then this man grabs it. So Haley has an idea. She's just gonna undo her shirt and show a lot of cleavage. And so she walks over to him with that until he starts talking and realizes he's gay. So she turns around like real fast. But then, as he's arguing on the phone and stuff, she gets an idea when she sees like this woman wearing a Target shirt, and this woman has a very lesbian, tomboyish type hairstyle. So Haley has an idea. She's gonna like off screen. She flirts her way into getting that woman's shirt. Don't know what she said or did to get it, but yeah. So then she comes back to the guy and all like, hey, sir, you want me to hold your gifts at the register while you continue to shop? And so he's very happy by that. And she takes off of both his gifts, but then throws one in the cart. So Claire is like, trying to like buy time by constantly buying like sticks of gum at the register and changing plastic to paper and stuff like that. And so Haley comes up with the uniforms all like, here you go, man. And everything. It's a really clever idea. I wonder, has anybody ever tried something like that? Now, Phil and Manny, that was probably the funniest part of them all. The dude who plays Phil, the dude is one of the greatest comedic fathers on the sitcom. Like, my God. So they're in the car. Now, Manny in this entire episode, he's been upset because Luke told him, when they're going to Mexico and everything, kids get snatched there. And then Gloria tells him, kids get snatched everywhere around the world. And so he freaks out and everything. So he literally thinks he's going to get kidnapped wherever he goes. So when he was in the store with Phil buying the food, Phil lost him. So he's upset while he's in the car. Phil tells him he's about to buy like a mint condition baseball from a guy off Craigslist. Manny is upset because Manny's all like, you don't even know what this guy looks like and stuff like that. So the dude shows up, and wouldn't you know it, it's the dad, Captain Mitchell from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, who was Dana and Ryan's father, the Pink and Titanium Rangers. So that was cool to see him again. And so, like, he's there, he has a greasy, stained shirt, and like he wants the money, but he wants some extra money because I guess it was hard to get that card or something like that. And he also wants the butterball. Manny thinks he's talking about him because Manny's a big plump boy. So he's all like, I'm grabbing mommy's little helper, and it's a stun gun. So the man goes to reach for the turkey, and Manny tries to tase him, but Phil tries to intercept, and he gets tased. Phil gets tased bad while he has the card in his hand. Phil is unable to get his words out straight. He's on the ground. He's clenching. He's like freaking out. He's clenching the baseball card in his hand. And he's all like, condition, condition, garbage. Because it's all crumbled up now. And so the man just takes the turkey. He was gonna go off, and Phil gives him the money still, even though, like, you know, he's not gonna keep the card. So back with Alice, Lily, and Mitchell, they're driving, and Alice is kind of like upset because she thinks now the guy who sells the trees hates them. And, you know, Mitchell tells her he has to go through this once a week and stuff. And it's really sad that people like that have to go through stuff like that, but people assume things and they have to defend themselves, and, you know, and so something happens where she tells him to watch out. So he hits the brakes, and like, the tree flings off like the roof, and so she's all like, maybe we can save it and everything. But before they can do it, no, wait. So when it hits the ground, they're like, whew, you know, it's safe. But then here comes Gloria and Luke driving in a different direction, and they run straight over the tree. And that happened because, see, when Luke and Gloria was in the car, Gloria was not paying attention to the road. She was just being Gloria. And then so she runs over the tree. And then when that happens, Luke looks back, and she takes his face and she turns it around real fast, like, never look back. And so, like, well, Alex and them, they're like, maybe we can save it because it's only split in half. But then a giant truck runs over it and stuff. And it's smashed to like at least 3 pieces and more. And so, like, back with Gloria now, she's talking about, well, at least we have the ornament. Because when they was in the attic, they was looking for this angel ornament to go on the tree that Claire had when they was like kids. But then she sees a spider on it, freaks out, throws it out the window. And then she kind of realized, oh crap, what did I do? And then that truck that it ran over the tree runs over the ornament. It smashes it. So back at like the Pritchett place, Claire, she's mashing potatoes. Haley is like making the gum look decorative for like Christmas. Jay, and he realizes Cam is still upset at him, so Gloria comes in and gets some gum, and it's just kind of like, okay, weird. And then she goes to Luke, and Luke has now fixed the angel, but he can't get the head on, so she tells him that's what the gum is for. And then you put the pretty side of the angel for everybody can see, and the bad side's on the back. So then here comes Alex and Mitchell with the tree, and they're all like, what the heck has happened to that tree? It's like, it's literally in 3 pieces and stuff. And Gloria's all like, well, that tree's gonna need a lot of gum. Then comes Phil and Manny, because Claire's all like, where's the butterball at? Because she's getting ready to, like, wants to cook the turkey and stuff. And here come Manny's all like, I have a name. Now he knows now what a butterball is, so why is he still doing that gag? I don't understand. So Phil comes in, and he's still a little shocked from being tased. And Claire's pissed, and she uses her catchphrase of, what's the deal? Well, no, what's the plan, Phil? I love when she says that. And so he doesn't have the turkey, but he bought these teeny tiny hens for everybody to have. She's pissed. And she's all like, they're not even defrosted. I gave you one job, Phil. He takes out the stun gun, and he's all like, Merry freaking Christmas. As he's like tasing all the hens to defrost. Everybody's kind of like, oh my God, this dude's like a psycho. It was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. And Gloria's all like, is that my stun gun? And he's like, yes. So then they're all starting to argue one another, and they realize this first Christmas is just not gonna happen and stuff like that. Like, it was like a dumb idea. But what is it like? Jay, he tells them straight up, like, look, let's just forget this. Go to like a Chinese restaurant, and he says, let's have a Jewish Christmas. Is that really what they do? I think I heard something like that before. Like a lot of Jewish people go to Chinese restaurants on Christmas. I don't know if that's true or not, but I keep hearing that rumor like a lot. And so like one part that was funny is that when Phil was walking around the stun gun, like he like jolted, and the actress who plays Haley, she broke character and laughed a little, and so did like the actor who plays Mitchell. He broke character and started giggling a little bit. I'm telling you, man, the dude who plays Phil is like hilarious and stuff. And so Gloria, she tells Kim and no, not Cam, but she tells Mitchell and Claire what's wrong with them is that they missed their mom. That's where all this crap started because they wanted their mom for like Christmas. And they're like, no. And then she's all like, I will be your mom and everything. You need a mommy right now. Because technically she is their stepmom. And then so they keep trying to like push away. And she's like, come at me with that strong accent. And then you see Claire actually embracing her with that hug, which is really rare because back then she couldn't stand Gloria. So, like, as they about to leave to go to the Chinese restaurant, Jay surprises them with a snowmaking machine because you know they're in California and everybody's loving it. Now, remember I said this back when Jay was racist. Claire's all like, "You hate Chinese food," so she thought something was up with him. How can you hate Chinese food? It is amazing. It is delicious and stuff. And so, like, then it ends with this is back when the show used to do like these monologues and stuff where one of the family members would be sitting in the chair talking to the camera and talking about what the events just happened and stuff like that. So the ending part is kind of hilarious a little bit. So it's Cam, it's Jay, and it's Phil. Phil's all like, I'm sorry, man, I had you like a baseball card, but I had to get you this new gift from like the gas station. And Jay looks at him, he's like, dog antlers. Like he says it with a kind of like an irritated look on his face and it feels like, yeah, like he's feeling sad and stuff. But then Jay's all like, I love it because Jay loves Stella and he would do anything for Stella. And so he puts the antlers on the dog and he shows Gloria. Phil is ecstatic because all he wants is Jay's approval. Cam is pissed because the whole Clark thing. So then Cam is like putting some lights up on the Christmas tree and he has his back to Phil and Phil's trying to help him. So it kind of looks like they're like, you get it. And then of course, because Cam has the lights in his hand and Phil is still electrical, sparks shoot from Phil's crotch onto Cam's butt. And they both pause and Cam just looks like, what the world just happened? And then the tree falls over because it's still splitting. This episode was like just like a craziest thing that ever happened. Like the people who wrote this is back when the show was like golden, before the show started getting repetitive and stuff. If they just would have kept up with that, they could have still probably been on the air right now, Bah humbug, that was a good episode. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye.